The global demand for artificial intelligence engineers is accelerating rapidly in 2026. Companies across North America, Europe, and the Asia-Pacific region face a severe shortage of qualified talent, leaving engineers with a stack of international job offers. There is a massive disparity in raw salary offers. The U.S. leads at $145,000, stepping down through Canada, Australia, the U.K., Germany, and landing at France with $70,500. Zoom into the US, and figures hit $178,000 in Seattle and $185,000 in San Francisco. Do you chase massive payouts in the States or look toward countries with stable immigration pathways? Basing a relocation decision strictly on that top-line number is a trap. It hides the actual financial reality of moving abroad. To find your true purchasing power, we have to apply the cost of living index to these raw salaries. This index measures the relative cost of housing, goods, and services in a specific region compared to a baseline. This table compares raw salary versus the adjusted reality. The U.S. sits at a baseline cost of living index of 100, leaving that $145,000 intact. But with Canada's specific index of 72.7 applied to local wages, the effective purchasing power drops to $60,754. The math gets even harsher when a country's index exceeds the U.S. baseline. Australia operates on a heavily inflated cost of living index of 144. Calculating the true return on investment for your career means balancing that raw salary against living expenses, complex visa friction, and integration requirements. Let's start with North America, currently the highest-paying market on Earth for AI professionals. The United States offers unmatched earning potential because the tech, finance, and healthcare sectors are all trying to hire from the exact same small pool of qualified engineers. But accessing those salaries requires navigating the H-1B visa process. This pathway relies heavily on an annual lottery system and strict specialty occupation requirements, creating a high level of uncertainty. And if you secure the visa, you are stepping directly into that baseline 100 cost of living index. Earning $165,000 in New York City comes with housing and daily expenses that aggressively eat into your take-home pay. Right next door, Canada offers a highly pragmatic alternative. The Canadian government uses streamlined merit-based systems like Express Entry and the Global Talent Stream to actively recruit tech talent, bypassing the lottery mechanics entirely. The trade-off is strictly financial. While you gain high immigration certainty, your cost of living adjusted purchasing power falls to roughly $60,700. North America forces a distinct choice. You can fight through high friction for wealth in the US, or accept a lower effective salary for high stability in Canada. Moving across the Atlantic, Europe presents a different equation, where the relationship between your paycheck and your daily expenses shifts entirely. For 2026, the United Kingdom emerges as the mathematical sweet spot for AI compensation. This chart isolates the UK market. Because the cost of living index sits at a relatively low 69.8, a local salary of £80,000 actually translates to an adjusted purchasing power of over $101,000. The main hurdle here is that your visa status is typically tied to direct employer sponsorship via the skilled worker visa. Across the channel, Germany and France offer lower raw salaries, averaging $87,000 and $70,500 respectively, but counter with accessible pathways like the French passport talent. These countries come with a hidden integration cost. To secure long-term visas like the EU Blue Card, you need to invest time in reaching a B1 to C1 language proficiency in French or German. Making that linguistic investment grants you deep access to heavily funded, government-backed AI research ecosystems. Europe effectively gives you two paths: the UK for immediate financial return, or mainland hubs like France and Germany for robust careers at a higher initial cultural cost. Finally, we look at Australia. It boasts a booming AI sector, high livability scores, and a clear points-based immigration system. Heavy investments in agriculture, defense, and finance push the average raw salary up to $102,300. It also offers the skilled independent visa, a pathway that grants professionals full autonomy to live and work without requiring an employer to sponsor them. But the financial reality of living there is punishing. Australia's cost of living index is 144, the highest in our data. Watch what happens to that salary. When you apply the 144 multiplier, that six-figure income is rapidly chipped away, leaving you with an adjusted purchasing power of roughly $46,860. Australia offers the lowest financial return on investment of the major markets. Moving there is a dedicated lifestyle choice, not an optimal strategy for wealth accumulation. There is no single best country for an AI engineer. The right destination depends entirely on your current career phase and your personal risk tolerance. This quadrant chart maps all 6 countries by plotting visa friction against adjusted purchasing power. Look at the top right quadrant. This is for the max ROI optimizer. If you have elite credentials and are willing to endure a high-friction immigration process, target the US to offset living costs with raw cash. Now shift to the bottom right quadrant. This belongs to the stability pragmatist. You can target the UK to secure the highest adjusted purchasing power, or look to Canada for a streamlined route to permanent residency. Moving to the middle left sector, this is for the global integrator. If you prioritize research-heavy roles and are ready to invest in language skills, mainland Europe offers excellent long-term stability. And if your primary focus is capital accumulation, remember the severe cost of living penalty waiting in Australia. Ultimately, advancing your career internationally requires carefully aligning your highly specialized technical skills with the ground truth of local economic realities. Because in 2026, an AI engineer's most valuable skill is the ability to calculate their own financial return before signing the contract.